Hi, it's Grandma from Grandma's Footsteps. I'm just about to embark upon another memory book, and so I'm making tutorials for you. But this time we're going to be using the Tonic Studio Dimensions memory book maker base creator die set, and they're shaped like this. And it's a different shape. It's a different, completely different to my previous one, and we're going to be using this card. I'm not quite sure what to describe it as. Dark cream, perhaps. I want to avoid using the word beige, but there you go. So, we start off with the largest die, because that's the size I wish to make it. And we put the die onto the paper like this, so that we leave a space at the non-cutting edge, because we need that to actually stick it together. Okay, so we need quite a few of those. They're used for the covers, and they're also used for the pages, and they're used double. So as you can imagine, we're getting to quite a few numbers there. But we also need 2 of the smaller one, the next size down. This is used to make the spine of the book. So I'll show you how that's done in a moment. Now, when you die cut these, they look like this, okay, and they're still attached, but all you have to do is get your scissors and just snip up to that there. Oh, that's easier when you don't have the shapes. So we just slit up to there, snip up to there, sorry, so that you end up with that, and in my case a little bit, I've just got a little bit I'm not quite straight, so we'll just go in and trim that off. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, and again, it might be easier actually to do it this way. It's easier for me, maybe not for other people, but it is easier for me. So we just slip down there like so. Okay, so we have 2 pieces here with extra bits on the edge. Now, there is a fold line there, which is caused by the edge of the die. Now, that is very important, because what we're going to do now is we are going to cut off the excess, leaving just 1 centimetre from the fold line. Now, I have actually marked my paper trimmer here with a 1 centimetre line. So I put the fold on the 1 centimetre line and I just trim that off. Okay, so now it's 1 centimetre from the fold line. Okay, and I will do the same with this one. They're pretty close anyway, but just to make sure we've got them. There we go. Now, one thing you have to remember is that pieces that you cut out have a right side and a wrong side. Now, the right side is the one where the holes go down. The edges are a bit, they sort of bend over just a little bit. And if you look on the other side, you can see it's a bit rougher. So what you want to do is you want to have the right sides facing you there. Now, I know that there is a small score line on here, but personally I prefer to score it again. It's just me, because I want a perfect edge there, and that should be, when I do this, that should be right at the 1 centimetre mark, because I cut it off at 1 centimetre. So we'll score that, and we'll score this one. Okay, just make sure you get it in your scoreboard nice and straight, and then your fold line will be nice and straight as well. There we go. So that's good. And we put them both right sides up. And what basically we're going to do is we're going to fold them up like so and score them like that. Fold up and score. So now you've got 2 that are exactly the same. You've got them right sides up. Now you remember I mentioned the small one of these. So what we need to do with this one is we'll trim them off out of the card there. Okay. And this is going to make our spine. Now we've got two, because obviously, like with all the memory books, we want the pages double because we want to be able to have the right side of the material showing on both sides. So now what I need to do is I need to cut this down to make a spine. Okay, so I'll just move those out of the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut here. Where this bit comes in on this curve into that little corner there, we are going to cut a straight line. So we need to make sure that it's lined up nicely, and we're going to cut that like so. Okay, and we're going to turn it round and do exactly the same on the other side. So just make sure it's nice and square, and line it up with that corner, inner corner, and cut. There we are. And what we have now is the spine. So I expect you can guess the next bit. What we're going to do is we are going to stick these to that. Now I've got these all right sides up, so we're going to cover the back with another one of these. So make sure that you stick it to the wrong side, okay? Because otherwise you will find that you won't be able to cover up the tabs that you've used to glue it on. Okay, so now I like to use a bit of red liner tape personally. It's just a personal preference, but you can do it any way you wish. But I like to put a piece of red liner tape right up to the fold there to make sure that it is going to attach properly. Okay, and I'm sticking this onto the right side so that this is going underneath the spine onto the wrong side of the spine. So we're attaching the right side of this to the wrong side of the spine part, and that will make it all nice and neat. There we go. Right, so I'll smooth that down, and we'll pick this one off. And what we will do is we will add glue to the part of this that doesn't have any sticky on it, but I will also put some over the sticky as well. I do this so that it gives me just a little bit of wriggle room, because as you know, red liner tape, it attaches, and boy does it attach. So you don't want to be in a situation where you have to try and move it. Right, so we need to put the edge of this up against that fold, that crease there, and try to get it as central as possible. Yeah. So we open it up just to make sure we've got a nice straight line there with the fold, which we have, and then I burnish that in. Give it a little bit of wipe to remove any glue that may have seeped out, and that is a very, very neat fold. Okay, and now we need to do the same on the other side. There, we'll put the glue on. There's a bit of wriggle room, and also to glue the part that previously hasn't got any sticky on it. Oh, I missed the desk. I got it underneath. Never mind. And make sure that we do this one also the same way round as we did. Okay, so we're putting that on there. We're putting that on there. Right, the same way round so that we've got the right sides together. And we burnish that down. Quick wipe over to remove any excess glue, and there we have your basic. No, we don't. I've made a mistake. Okay, right, sorry. I was gluing it to the wrong side. but it's okay because I put that glue on there, that wet glue on there. I was able to pull it off even though I was using the red liner tape. So there we go. So we put that on there. Try and get it nice and level, nice and straight. Pop that over, just have a quick look at it to see that it's about right, about what we want. Yep, that's right. And I will glue that down, wipe off any excess glue. And I'm not going to worry about where I got the glue on the other side of there because we're going to cover that up anyway. So, okay, let's just make sure that is well stuck down. And now, that's better, we have the first part of our book frame, okay? Or book covers. I don't know where I got frame from, but there, that's the first part. Now, what we've got to do is turn this over, and we've got to cover up these tabs here, and also to make sure that we've got the front part of the material showing. So, okay, here we go. Exactly the same. We're going to cut in exactly the same place, just into that little corner there. Make sure it's nice and straight. Okay. Move it up a little bit so you can see better. Into this corner here, nice and straight, and there we go. Now, if you've got the sort of cutter that can cope with it, you could cut those both at the same time. Okay, just leave the cutter there for a moment because we've got to cut these as well. So just take them off the card. There, and there. Cut them off, just removing them from the card. There. Now, if you turn this over to the right hand side, you can see that there is, in fact, they're cut. If we cut them along the fold line, we're going to have a nice neat butt up to there. Okay. So, we do exactly that. We cut them along that score line, that fold line that was made by the edge of the die. Now, sometimes it's difficult to see, okay, to see this edge, but it is this mark, but it is there, okay, and we do exactly the same on this side. We'll just cut that along there. Okay, so that's that. Don't think I need any more. Or do I? No, I don't. Okay, so these are going to go onto the inside here, and they're going to butt up really nicely against this fold there and there. Let's make sure you've got the right sides up. Except it's going on the other side, isn't it? Okay, I'll just pretend I didn't say that. Okay, so we'll go there. It's going on this side to cover, so that we've got the right side of the material on both front sides, as it were, to show. And then this one will pop in here, in the middle, and should cover up where you've joined that. So I prefer to do these first because then if you need to trim a little bit off that so that it doesn't interfere with the fold, you can do that. Okay, so all we need now is to get some glue on the desk, on this piece of card, and hopefully that will be jolly good, and it will all go together, and it will be a nice little book cover. Okay, I will just mention that I will probably also be using the Tonic Studios Memory Bookmaker layered cascade die set. They're the ones that make the pretty patterns. They're the same shape as these, but they they make nice little patterns. There you go, see, I glued the desk, told you I would. So now what I do is I will line this up, make sure that the outside edges are really neat and tidy. Pop it down there, check from the other side that we're not hanging over the edge anywhere at all. And then we just give it a nice smooth down. Okay, I think that's about right. A little bit of movement there, but we've managed to get that in. And that should still fold over. Just crease there, and so now you've got the right side on both sides, which is absolutely awesome. A little bit of glue on that side, which I can just rub off. That's great, although it will be covered up with something fancy anyway. So there's the first part of the cover there, and this one is going to go on here. Okay, that keeps nice. More glue on the desk, and we'll be away. Now, let's just make sure I've got this the right way up. This is the wrong side to which I'm sticking the wrong side. Wrong sides together. It's a bit like sewing, isn't it? Okay, we just put that on, just turn it over and check that we've not got any bits sticking out anywhere. Give it a smooth down. And I did it without getting glue on the desk. Wow, I think we should celebrate. Put the flags out. Okay, so that is there. Now what I've got to do is just to check that that is going to fit in there and not interfere too much with my spine. And it looks like it's going to work beautifully. So we now stick some glue on there as well. Oops, a daisy. Yeah, and hopefully that's our book cover made. Can we? And we just put it in there nice and tidy. Try not to overlap the fold anywhere. And I move it a bit, make sure it's in nice and smooth. The bottom bit's a little bit out, but I've got, because I'm using wet glue, I've got a little bit of movement there. I can just smooth it along there. Okay, that's pretty well going to work. I think that's just lifted there just a little, so I'm going to use my small fine tipped glue and just put a little bit of extra glue under there, and smooth it down, and that should work beautifully there. Now what we do is we fold this. See, we've got a little bit sticking up there. That's not good. I think my fold has possibly got a little bit, I'll pull the fold over and we'll crease it, and then I'll be able to see exactly what's going on. Okay. Yep, we've got, oh dear, we've got a little bit too close there, so this is going to be difficult, but I'm going to have to trim a little bit off there. And we're going to have to put some more glue on that edge, I think, just to make sure it lays down. This does happen because we're putting the two bits of card very close together. If you wish to, you can leave a little bit of a gap. I know a lot of people do. I prefer to get it as close as possible. Yeah, so I'm just trimming off that little lump there was there, and there we go. That's neat, I think. So we'll have that as the outside, this is the inside, and this one is absolutely perfect. So if we have it this way round, not a problem. Okay, So I probably didn't need to do that actually, but I will. I always tidy up the edges of my covers before I finish them anyway. So I tidy up the corners. But there you go. That is in fact your book cover now. Okay. I'm just going to pause there for a minute and then I'll come back and show you how to make the pages. See you soon. Okay, now I have decided that I am going to distress the edges of this journal. I have Tim Holt's Distressed Oxide Vintage Photo. This is a favourite of mine and other people for distressing their books. Now I've got a piece of Perspex here that I like to work on as it keeps things, keeps my desk clean, which gets dirty enough with all the glue I get on it. So I'm just going to distress this all the way round, and okay, so you can see, you know how to do this, I'm sure. You just literally start on the Perspex and bring it in, and that will give you a nice edge without being too dark. If you want it a bit darker, you can go over it again. Just basically circles, remembering we're going to have papers stuck to these anyway, so it's just the edges we need to really distress here. And here we go, nearly there. Now I'll just try and get that done as quickly as possible. If you want it a little bit darker, say on the edge, you can lift it up and just run the sponge down the end there. But that's that done. Now I will distress the other side as well, but I just want to show you the pages, how we make the pages, and then I will distress the rest of the cover and the pages. Okay, so they're exactly the same bits as we had for the cover, and this set we have cut again 1 centimetre from the crease. So what we're going to do now is we are going to stick them together, making sure that you've got the right sides up, both together, right sides up, and we just are going to glue them together along there. A little bit of tape, just because I prefer it. I like to smooth my tape down so that you know it's stuck. It makes it easier also to take backing off, and we'll stick some wet glue on there in case I make another mistake and I need to remove it. Okay, here we go. Bit of glue. Oh no. Right. Okay. There we are. I've already creased these, by the way, so not quite sure which is the best way to do it, but I think we'll just go in there, check on the other side, no, a little bit out, push it to where it should be, get it nice and straight, and smooth it down. Okay, a little bit of tape sticking out there, so I should just try and push underneath. I don't know how I managed that, but I did. I shouldn't go about it, probably tidy it better. Anyway, we're covering up bits in the book, but I think I've mostly got it now. There we are, that's your first page. Now, as I said, your pages are going to be double. And in this case, we're making 2 pages together, which is great. So, there we are. So, we turn it over the wrong way. And what I've done with these bits is I've cut it off about 1/8 of an inch from the dotty lines. So, and that just glues on there like so, and makes it nice and neat. Okay, so here we go. And give that a nice bit of glue. Wrong. I've just realised I've done it wrong. Because what we have to do is decide at this point if you want a top pocket, a side pocket or no pocket at all. And I have decided on this one I will have a top pocket. So I'm just wiping all that glue off there, that's fine, so that's not too bad at all. So what basically we have to do is just put the glue around 3 sides. Which 3 sides depends on whether you want your pocket at the top or at the side. If you want it at the side, just glue these 3. If you want it at the top, just glue these 3. And of course the obligatory gluing the desk. So here we go. Down there, like so. Good. Now what we do is we make sure we're on the wrong side, which we are, and we line that up nicely. Not that we want to line it up any other way than nicely, but something this side, isn't it? There, and I like to smooth it down with the bone tool. I'm going to wipe, get rid of any glue that pops out, because it actually does come through the little holes. So we get rid of the glue, and there is one of your pages, and as you can see it's now got a pocket in the top where you can put your whatever bits and pieces. Okay, so now we're going to glue the other one on, and this time I've remembered I only need to glue 3 sides, so that's it. This is the problem. As you get older, you forget things. There we go. Glue. Damn it. Okay. And pop that onto there. Again, making sure we're on the wrong side, which we are. Wrong sides together. Make that nice and neat. Yep. Nope. We've got a problem there. That. It seems that when I put it together, I didn't check the right and wrong sides, because this is the right side and that is the wrong side. So, or I turned it over when we were playing about. So that is the top. So it's got to go on that way. Okay. Okay. Well, everybody makes mistakes, don't they? I definitely do. So, but most mistakes you can actually sort out, get out of, or cure. You don't need to sort of, I've heard people throwing things in the bin. Now the only thing is I've got that little bit overhanging there because of the way I cut it, but that's okay because we just trim that really close to that side. If you keep your scissors at an angle, then what you won't cut the card that you're cutting up against. You bet your scissors up to it and it won't cut it. So there we go. That's your there. Lovely. Okay. So I prefer to have this side on the inside and this side stuck to there. Although it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So what I have here is a piece of card, excuse me, which is tall enough for the book, and it's cut at 1 centimetre wide. That's because I've decided I'm going to put my pages 1 centimetre apart. So I'm going to put that there as a spacer, and then what we do is if we put this like that, so we fold it over like that, and what we do is we just butt this up against here, try and make sure that it's level top and bottom, and we just glue that in there. Now I'm not going to glue it at the moment because I haven't finished doing the distressing, but then I will glue that in there, and that's your first 2 pages, and they have pockets in the top. So there you go. That's your covers, your spine, and your first, and the attachment of your first 2 pages. Okay, so yeah, that's it for now. So please remember, like, comment and subscribe. If you subscribe, hit that bell button, because then you'll be informed if I upload, well, when I upload another video, and perhaps the second part of this one. And if you don't want to miss it, press that bell. Okay, so lovely to be with you today. Thank you for watching. Take it easy out there. Bye bye for now. Bye.